Good evening, everybody. Today I received my May paper pumpkin kit. It normally comes right around the 20th of the month, so this was right on time and expected. And I'm so excited about this kit. A few of the demonstrators that I stamped with over the weekend had already gotten their kits this weekend, and I got to see the cards that they put together, and they are just amazing. So I want to tell you a little bit about Paper Pumpkin and how Paper Pumpkin works. So first of all, this is a monthly subscription box that you can get on a month-to-month subscription. Right now, the cost for that is $19.95, and that includes your shipping. And there is going to be a price increase beginning with the June kit. So that $19.95 is no more if you're going month to month. So it is going up to $22 a month, and that includes your shipping if you do a month-to-month Paper Pumpkin subscription. Now, my favorite way of doing Paper Pumpkin is actually doing a prepaid subscription. And you can do either a 1 month, a 3 month, a 6 month, or a 12 month. And those prices are going to increase beginning June 1st. So I just want to show you how this is right now. So right now, if you buy a 1 month prepaid, it's $19. It will be going up to $21 on June 1st. A 3 month prepaid is $57 now. It will be going up to $63. The 6 month prepaid is $108. It will be increasing to $114. That will help you save $1 a month on your kits if you go with the 6 month prepaid. And the 12 month prepaid is currently $209, and it will be going up to $220. But it's like if you buy 11, you get the 12th one free. This one's a great deal because you're also going to get Hostess rewards with that, so you will get some other goodies along with that. I'm going to show you some things that I like to order along with my prepaid kits, just different things that are very helpful when you're putting together your kits. These kits are great to take on vacation with you. I love to just be able to grab a box and a few items, and I've got what I need. So if you missed any of those figures on that, I did provide links up in the description of the video for each one of those subscriptions if you want to look those up a little bit more. So one of the products that I really suggest that you have if you have a Paper Pumpkin subscription is a pair of our paper snips. These are super sharp scissors, so they're perfect for cutting paper, but I also find that they're good for cutting any of the ribbon or anything like that that's in the Paper Pumpkin kit. And I'll show you a couple other ways I use them too. But be very careful with these. They're pretty sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, and there's usually just a little bit of tape on the box right there. And it comes just like this. Your address and shipping information will be on the back of that. And we're going to open that up. All right, so if you're here, give me a quick wave and let me know that you're here, or a quick like. Each one of your Paper Pumpkin kits is going to come with a stamp set. So this one has some greetings and some images with it as well. So the script on these is absolutely gorgeous, and we'll stamp with this in a little bit. Now, if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin for several months, there's a couple of ways that you can store these. So I want to go over that with you. For me personally, I just like to put them in some of the wood mount cases because I can put several of them in there. I just kind of throw all my Paper Pumpkin stamp sets in one of these, and that's it. Now, if you're a little bit fancier, you can actually go to the Paper Pumpkin website each month, and you can download and print an insert to go into these boxes. So if you don't like the wood size, which is a little bit thicker, you can go with the smaller size, and I did provide links for both of those up in the description also. The other thing that you're going to get is you will get a Stampin' Spot with each one of your Paper Pumpkin kits. So for this one, we're getting it early espresso. So if you subscribe for 6 or 12 months, you're going to have, a whole set of these. And for these, you can still use that same wood mount case, but I actually like to use the half cases because I can fit 6 of those in the half case. And so that's just a great way for me to be able to store those after I've already completed my kit. So again, the links for those cases are up in the description. Now, remember I told you I use the scissors for a couple of things? You're going to want to break the seal on this, and I always use my scissors for that. So I just kind of score right along there. Probably scaring people. I think I'm probably scaring myself even. But yeah, just score along there and you'll cut that. Kind of, sort of. I may have to do that off camera just so I don't scare you. But that is what I use. And all right, let's do the other side. I'm really not getting it very good on camera. All right. So there you go. You've got your little Stampin' Spot ready to go. Okay, so we've got the set and we've got our Stampin' Spot. Now we're going to unwrap our goodies on the inside. Okay, so here is our kit. These always come shrink wrapped, and honestly, over the years, I've only really had one that was somewhat damaged from the shipping. And that was because it had a lot of die cuts with it, and some of them got kind of loose in the packaging. But they package everything up very nicely, so you can see all of your ribbon and your twine are in there, and you've got all of those goodies. So again, I'm going to use my little Stampin' Snips again to open this up. See, I told you they come in handy. And we'll just get this unwrapped here and see what we have inside. So we have, okay, so inside we have some glue dots, we have some little metal birds, and we also have some mini dimensionals. Now, another thing that I like to add to my paper pumpkin kit that isn't included, they want you to adhere everything with these glue dots. And that's fine, but I don't have a whole lot of patience for that. So I do prefer to use my snail adhesive. And anytime I'm traveling with this, I take a snail adhesive, and then I also take a refill so that I have plenty of adhesive for my cards. I just don't like to mess with the little glue dots. That to me is just too time consuming. I also like to get another package of dimensionals. And again, I like to use a lot of dimension on my cards, so sometimes they just don't give me quite enough what I want. So as nice as it is to get those in my kit, a lot of times I'm supplementing with my own adhesives, but you really don't have to if you're just starting out. So again, you're going to have some twine, and it looks like this is kind of a different color. And then there is some velvet ribbon that's in here too. It's really pretty. So we'll see what we have to do with those in just a little bit. I'm going to lay those aside here. I'll just put them over here. Okay. And then you always get enough cards and envelopes. Sometimes they'll do 3D items, but with those, they're usually they'll usually give you some card ideas that you can use with it. And of course, if you've got the stamp set, you can always go through and make different cards with those if you're a card maker. So it looks like I have 3 envelopes with the feather, 3 with the little blue flower. And I believe these have like different liners on the inside too. And then some of the rose. And we'll take a look at that liner. That's a little pinstripe also. And then we've got like a floral pattern. So really nice envelopes. And I believe these are like the 3.5 inch by 5 inch size. So those would be mailable also. Wouldn't you like to get one of those in the mail? So then you're going to have your printed card bases. So we have 12, enough to make 12 cards altogether. So there's this one, and it's white on the inside. And these are already scored for you and everything, so you don't really have much to do on those at all. So really pretty. You can see it's got like some script and some splatters there. Looks like we've got a couple of die cuts in here. Now these are great for using those glue dots for. I do like to use them for that. And again, some more die cuts that we'll punch out. And a couple more cards. And here's one final design here. Okay. So enough printed card materials for 12 cards. Then we have our little label sheet and another one here. And these are already perforated, so we'll just be punching those out. But I like to keep them attached while I'm doing that because I like to stamp them on there. And then that's just a piece of cardboard. We'll just set that aside. And then we have directions for each one of the cards. And they do have step-by-step instructions as well. So we will get to work on that. So I figured I would go ahead and stamp a couple of the cards for you, and that way you could see what the finished one looks like. I don't know that we'll do all of them. It kind of depends on if you want to see them or not. So keep me posted if I'm boring you too much. Now, as you notice, the only thing that you really didn't get in this kit was a block. So with your very first paper pumpkin kit, you will get a block. Now, this is the same size as our clear block D. I'm going to show you that one, which is there. But you can see there's quite a bit of difference in the thickness of it. And I really have so much more control with our D block. So this one will work for you, and it's going to work for most of your stamps that you get in your kit. But I really do prefer stamping with my full Stampin' Up! Blocks. So really up to you. You can use the block you're given or that one. The other block sizes that I find really helpful are the A size, B, C is another good one to have, and then there is G also. And so if you look at that stamp set, most of those are going to fit on your D block, but especially some of these smaller ones, they're going to be great on your little A block. So, you know, you can decide how you want to do that, but I do like to add a couple of extra blocks usually in my kit so that it's ready to go. But if I take one of these kits with me, that's pretty much all I do. So does anybody have any questions about anything at this point? As far as anything about Paper Pumpkin. So I'm not seeing any. So the other thing I think I put up at the description was to have a paper piercing pad. This pad is really good for when you're using those photopolymer stamps. You're just going to get a much better image if you place your paper on here before you stamp. So let's go ahead and make a card. I think I'm going to do the pink one because it's probably one of the more stunning ones. So we are going to be using this card base. And I'm going to set that aside. So let's see here. We want to stamp Hello Friend on that one. So let me find that on my stamp. Ooh, we're going to do something fancy there, I think. At least I am. Okay. So I am using, this is a B block. I'm going to put hello there. And if you notice, this stamp says Dear Friend. I'm going to probably make some of you a little nervous with this. I think in order for it to say what I want it to do, I'm going to cut it apart. Gasp. Scary, right? But you know what? I can always add it again if I need to. So I'm going to put that on this little block. And that is being stamped on. I believe this one looks that way. All right. The colors in the kit, I'm not really sure. That's Early Espresso, and I'm thinking it looks like Petal Pink and maybe Coastal Cabana. I'll check on that and let you know. Let me see if it says anything on here about what colors. You know what? It really doesn't. Oh, coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. Here we go. Crumb Cake, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, which is a new in color that's coming soon, Soft Suede, and Very Vanilla. Hopefully that helped. All right. So we're going to stamp this hello. We're going to put it right over here. Let me make sure that's the right one. Oh no, good thing I didn't do that. Boy, you should have stopped me, guys. Okay, so it's this one we're going to do that on. So I'm going to do hello. And then we're going to stamp friend right under that. And these little spots, it's best just to ink your stamp directly like that. And because it's see-through, I can see right where I need to put that. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Perfect. And we've got our card here. Let me cover up my little ink spots so I don't put anything in it. All right. So let's see what else the instructions tell us to do. We need to cut, usually it tells you how much to cut for each card. Yikes. Okay. Linen thread to the back of the flower die cut. Twine to the Hello Friend. All right, so what's 29 inches for the Hello Friend card. Okay. So, anybody else stamp like this where you're watching everything? Now here's something you might not know, but a lot of these have a little ruler at the bottom of them. So when you are traveling with one of these kits, you can actually measure your 29 inches. So this is 9 inches, so I'm going to do it 3 times and then add 2 to it. Here we go. All right, so if you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, because of the price increase, I really do suggest you go ahead and get a prepaid subscription going before the 1st of June, because otherwise you're going to end up paying the higher price for that. So it is best to go ahead and do it that way. I'm going to use some of my dimensionals here. Those on the back of our little Hello Friend. Again, I'm pretty big on dimensions, so I'll often use a little more than might be necessary. So we're going to put it right about there. We're going to wrap our twine around a couple times. Said we could probably wrap it around twice, so I'm assuming they're correct. I did. And we're going to just tie that in a bow down here. And yeah, don't ask me how I do the bows. I just kind of do. But this little paper snips are perfect for doing that. But I do recommend you have those. And then it wants me to add one of those little metal birds. So let me find those. And I'll add one of those to the card too. So these are pretty easy to go together. I mean, normally I would do all of them at one time for each style, I'm going to peel off the backing on these. And I really do hate little mini glue dots. I don't hate too many things with Stampin' Up, but I'm not a big fan of the mini glue dots. And we're just going to put this little bird under here. And he's metal. I mean, he's definitely a metal bird. And so there's our finished card there. I think that one's really pretty. Hopefully you guys like that too. I mean, if you didn't want that much dimension, you could definitely keep the dimensionals off of that. So I've got that. And let's see, I would probably put that with this little envelope. Actually, the other one I think goes better. This one has the little flowers, so that's pretty sweet. I think that's adorable, actually. I love that. Okay, so let me do one of the blue ones, and looks like I want to do, I'm going to do this one right here. That one looks pretty. Oh, let's see. Let's go right here. Okay. And that one says thank you, dear friend. So it looks like I'm going to have to use my dear and my friend on that one. So I'm going to peel this up. And I'm going to get my dear off because I cut him apart. Anybody else like to cut their stamps apart like that? I don't really have a problem with it at all. I guess I'm not that emotionally attached. I'm going to grab my thank you. I think I am going to need a bigger block for that one. Okay, so I'm using my paper pumpkin block for that. And on that one, we definitely need this big one here. So we are going to do thank you first. Again, I'm going to ink that up with the Early Espresso. Now you could also take your Stamparatus with you. That would be another way of doing this pretty easily. But I usually like to pack pretty light when I take my stamping supplies with me. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the dear friend. And it looks like that just kind of, it's going to hit that under there. Okay. So smeared it a little bit, but it'll be okay. There we go. Getting really pretty. And it looks like on this one, we're going to add it here, and we're going to need some of the ribbon. So let me look and see what it says for the ribbon. We want to, I know, aren't they pretty? We want to go with 5 inches of the ribbon. So we need 2 of those. And again, I'm just going to use my little ruler that I've got here because it really comes in handy. And let's do another one. But again, this is great for people that just, you know, if you don't want to have a whole lot of supplies, you just want to have a few things, you can really just keep this in one little box and you're good. All right, we're going to stamp also. Looks like we're going to do some little flowers from that set. Let's find that. That is, okay. I'm going to do 2 of those. And you guys can see how easy this is to do. I see Sandy just got on here. I know she was looking forward to doing some of these kits with her granddaughters. You can always, if you know you've got friends coming or someone that might like to do one of these with you, you can always add an additional kit to your monthly order. So you can always increase the number of kits that you want to receive each month. So if you want 2 kits or you want 10 kits, you could do that. So I'm going to add my ribbon. I think I want to just angle these a little bit because, all right, I got to get my ribbon scissors out for these. Sorry. This is pretty thick ribbon, so I might be gnawing through it with the other. And again, I'm going to use my snail adhesive because I just do. And I'm going to put down a snail there on both. You can see my little dimensional stickers stuck in there because they get on everything. We're going to put one there. We're going to put one up here. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. And do you see all the mess that I'm creating? If you're not making a mess, you're probably not stamping. But to be fair, it is really contained right here, so it'll be okay. I'm going to peel those backings off. We're going to put that right over there. And I believe one of those little die cuts goes on there also. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on that. And that is our next card. So there's our little envelope for that one and our thank you. So who wants me to keep going? Do you want me to keep going or are you guys good? Thumbs up if you want me to keep going. Not seeing any, so you might have to comment. All right. Well, I will just go ahead and post the other ones when I get those finished so that you can see what they look like. But so far I've got that one and what happened to our other pink one? Oh, and here's our pink one up here. Let me see if I can grab him. And this one. So I think those are gorgeous. So some of you are probably, oh, Julene wants me to go ahead. So yeah, there's 2 more to do, so I can do them. It's not a problem. We'll go ahead and do those. So let's see. Let's do the little bird one, okay? I'm not a big bird person, but birds are apparently really big this year. Got a lot of bird stamp sets. So there's 2 birds in this set. So we're going to stamp both of them, it looks like. All right. All right, so we're going to put him up here. And then we'll do this little guy. Now, also when I travel, I usually will pack a little thing of baby wipes with me to clean my stamps. You can also just wipe these with like a wet paper towel. I mean, that really even works, so you don't have to get too fancy. There is a new stamp cleaner that's about the size of it's about the size of a stamp pad, a normal size stamp pad, and that will be available with the new catalog. I'm going to grab this Grateful, and looks like we're doing Grateful and For You, so go ahead and stamp this. I love the script on this. It's so pretty. Let's see. For You should be pretty small. Let's see. It is right here. It's a little bigger than I thought. So you can see why I like to have a couple of blocks. I feel kind of limited by 1 block, but again, if you don't want to have a whole lot of stuff, that is one way to go with it. we're going to be grateful for you. Perfect. And then there's a little there's definitely a little feather here. We're going to add that. So that's just a die cut sheet there. And that looks like that's vellum. So I'm going to put just my adhesive right here on that. Okay. And then let's see. I think it's 5 inches of this ribbon again. And they generally send you just enough. Sometimes you have a little bit of wiggle room with your supplies, but most of the time they send you just the right amount. But for $22, you're really getting a great value, and you're not having to make a huge investment. Okay, and then I'm going to need some twine for that, it looks like. So, read my instructions again. And this is the Grateful for You. And we are going to do the 29 inches again. So, let's see. That is this color of twine. Let's see if it will cooperate here. There we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And if you decide you want to subscribe, be sure to hit one of those buttons in the description. It will take you to that. If you do the prepaid subscription, it will send you an email afterwards and tell you how to activate that. So it's not just purchasing that and then. Okay, so we're going to put some dimensionals here. I'm going to move that just a little bit. So I'm running into a lot of people that have stamped with me over the years, and a lot of people are downsizing, or they just don't want to have to buy a whole lot of product, but they still want to stamp and they still want to have fun with it. So this is a great way that you can do that. And you're not going to have to make a huge investment or take up a lot of your space. So again, I'm going to wrap this around twice. And we'll tie that right around that feather. All right, almost there. This one's a cute one. Like I said, I'm not much of a bird person, but I don't really mind the birds so much. All right. Now, if you're local and you haven't picked up the new annual catalog yet, I do have copies available at my office for pickup. And so you're welcome to one. Just stop by during normal business hours and we'll get one for you. There's no charge for that. If you're not local and need me to ship one for you, there's still no charge for it. I just ask that you pay shipping. So you can message me about that and I can invoice you for the shipping charge. But again, the catalog itself is free. So what do you think of that one? I think that one's pretty cute too. Let's see what the envelope there looks like. Oh, and it's got a little feather on it too. Very cute. All right, we got one more style to go. So I believe that is the one that has the little bird nest. And this is already printed on there. And we're going to want, again, one of these. So just punch that out. And that one says hugs for you. So we're going to take, we've got our for you already. So now I just need the one that says hugs. I'm guessing this one would be even like a good sympathy card. Yeah, that feather is pretty cute. I think you could do some really neat things with that on some alternate stamps as well. Yeah, the last few kits have been just amazing, guys. If you're not subscribing, you are really, really missing out. Last month's kit was adorable. And I think I'm gonna really like this one as well. So that one says hugs for you. And I think that's all the stamping we have to do on that one. So once we have that, it looks like we're going to do the little trick with the twine that some of my customers don't really like, but it's actually very, very easy. Looks like we need 18 inches of that twine. So I'm going to, again, measure that out. You know, this is one of those things that I just found. I was like, wow, how great is it that we actually have a ruler on this insert. Doesn't take much to excite me sometimes, but that was pretty impressive. So I'm going to look where I'm going to put that. Looks like right about there. And this little loopy trick's been around for a while. I have a lot of people that don't like to do it, but basically I just wrap it around my fingers like this and kind of get it nice and loopy. And then I put some adhesive there, and I can kind of lay that down. And if I want to kind of move it around, I can do that too. You know, I can fit that however I like. So it's not one of those things that's supposed to look perfect. In fact, if it looks perfect, you probably did too much on it, so I wouldn't worry about it. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here. That kind of helps hold that in place too. Put that on there. And really the main thing is I just make sure those little tails are tucked in. Sometimes you want those to stick out, but I think they're fine just like that. And you may have seen this card. A lot of the demonstrators got to make this one at our onstage event recently. So I've kind of seen this one floating around a little bit here and there. I'm just going to add that there. And then I need my little sheet of die cuts. Oh, here they are. Okay. And we're going to put this one up there. And then we've got this one for over here. So, and you could either put those on with the glue dots if you have the patience for it, or even if you like to put a lot of dimension, you could put more dimensionals on there. That would be fine too. And then there's that one. And then here's our envelope for that one. So that is our May kit. And again, you have enough to make 3 of each of these cards. So let me just kind of clear that off. And then after you've done that, you're left with your Stampin' Spot and your ink pad, so you can make other projects with it. So there's this one, our Grateful for You that we did, the Hello Friend that we did first, and then the little Thank You Dear Friend. So I am using these quite a bit too. I'm finding that all of these cards that have been in the Paper Pumpkin kits, I've been using a lot and sending them out also. If you don't mind, I'm going to run over and I'm going to show you the kit from last month, because I swear these things just keep getting better and better. I meant to grab it earlier. All right, so last month's kit came with this cute little box and a little stamp that looks just like this. And I think this one made 9 cards altogether. So there were 3 each of 3 different designs. So there was this one that says thank you, this one that said best wishes, and this one that says happy birthday. So these were, and this is the stamp set from last month that we got. Let me put this behind there so you can see So you can see it's got this really pretty flower. It's got birthday, congratulations, thinking of you, thank you, for you, best wishes. So all different things that you can use over and over again. So even after you've completed your kit, you do have enough supply, different things that you can use on other projects. So I hope you all found this helpful. And if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin, hey, just send me a little message and I'll be glad to help you out. And hope to see a few new subscribers. My customers that are doing this so far are loving it. And like I said, the projects just keep getting better. So join the fun and we'd love to have you. Have a great night.